I don't think that was an eagle though. All right, ready? Hi, my name is Phyllis Kaplowitz. I'm the executive chef at Boston College. Today we're going to be making a pull-apart French onion bread. So 3 basic ingredients you need, starting with 3 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of warm water, and 1/2 teaspoon of yeast. And what you want to do first is gather your ingredients, of course, and then you want to put them into a bowl. Your flour first, and then your 1/2 teaspoon of yeast, which I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but believe me, it is. And mix that together. And then you want to add your 1.5 cups of warm water. So if you're taking a temperature of the water, you really want it to not be less than 110 degrees and not more than 124. So now what you want to do is stir this all up. And it's gonna look, for a lack of better words, like shaggy or woolly in the process. You just want to make sure to incorporate everything, and you'll see it start to do that. So, and if you're gonna make your own bread, it's best to do it the day before, because this specific loaf needs to rest for 12 to 24 hours. Now we've waited 12 to 24 hours, and you can see our dough looks spongy, and you can touch it and you'll see that. So what you want to do is scoop this out of your bowl. It's going to be sticky, and you want to put it onto a floured surface, or you can use parchment paper. But what you want to do with your dough is just basically take it and fold it over each other. There might be some hard spots from the flour, that's okay. And you're just basically shaping this into a ball. So then you're gonna let this rest for 30 minutes. So while your dough is resting, you wanna get your pan that you're gonna bake it in ready. So you need a high-sided pan. Usually what I use is a Dutch oven, and you wanna preheat it in the oven for about 10-15 minutes. And then what you wanna do carefully is lift your dough up. Actually, first you wanna cut an X into the top. And then you want to lift your loaf up and very carefully put it in the pan. Be careful, you don't want to touch it, obviously, it's very hot. And at this point, you want to cover your pan, and you're going to put this in the oven at 450 degrees. Doesn't fit. So if you don't want to go through the trouble of making your own loaf of bread, you can buy a nice crusty French loaf, or a ciabatta as we have here. And what you're going to do next, I'm going to show you, is to cut this bread, and you're going to fill it with the onions and the shredded cheese. You can make your own onion jam, but also they sell caramelized onion jam in most supermarkets or Whole Foods. So what we'll do is I'm going to cut the bread into cubes, but without cutting the entire bread. So horizontally and vertically, you want to make about 1/2 inch cut, but do not cut all the way through the bread. You probably want to leave about 1/4 inch at the end of the loaf. And then depending on what size of the bread you want, then you want to cut vertically. So you're basically making your pull-apart pieces that you're going to fill with the delicious onion jam and shredded cheese. And first you want to take a spoon or a spatula and just start placing some of the onion mixture in between each slit in the bread. And you want to do this throughout the entire loaf. Right. And then once you fill it in with the onion mix, then you want to go back through and fill in with the Gruyere or Swiss cheese. Behind me, I've melted some butter, garlic, and thyme, which I'm now going to just spoon over the loaf, trying to get it into the crevices of, so it'll get inside the bread. And then you want to put this in your oven, preheated at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, or at least until the cheese gets melty and gooey. And as you can see, our cheese is melted and our garlic has caramelized and it is ready for eating. I would let it rest for about 5-10 minutes before you serve it. I hope you enjoyed making this loaf as much as I do, and you have an opportunity to share it with your friends, family, and fellow Eagles.